Welcome to this month's newsletter. Today is January 30, 2021. You're looking at the SPY. We had a pretty good run up here, now supporting on the Ichimoku cloud. We are bullish at this point, even though we are in consolidation since we are below the Kijun and the Tenkan. Chicago is yet to go below the candles, but there is a chance we could do that. If they do that, there's a strong Kumo here, so I don't expect them to break the Kumo at this point. Maybe out here there is a good chance to break the Kumo, but this is a very strong bullish Kumo. I would be really surprised, but definitely there is strength with a gap down here. So that gap is going to act as resistance. Keep that in mind. If you have bullish positions, I'll continue to hold them with tight stops at this point. We are definitely way up from the lows set in last March. At this point, but continue to hold the bullish positions and with tight stops. Situation is similar in the Dow. We are below the candle on the Dow, so this one is bearish, much more than the SPYs. Again, notice the size of this Kumo, strong thick Kumo. I would expect that to support it, but definitely there could be some consolidation. NASDAQ still has some ways to go down to the Kumo. Notice again the gap down. That tells you the bears are in with strong force at the start of a trend. We definitely have some way for the Chicago to get some support from these candles. So that would be about 812, 835. So another few a couple of hundred points down. Looking at gold. Gold is still trying to break out of this longer term pennant formation, and it is hampered by this span B, and then there's a Kijun, flat Kijun here. So as you know, flat Kijun will attract prices, so I wouldn't be surprised if they can rally this up back up to this point, around the 177 area. But after that, I would still avoid gold at this point until we see some clearer conditions, until the Kijun comes back up over the, or rather the Tenkan comes back up over the Kijun, and we have a slightly trending Kumo here. So keep it on the side here, nothing to short as well as buy. UUP for the dollar, this one is below the Kumo, so it is bearish. However, it is starting to set up. A kind of like a inverted head and shoulders here. If they break out of this area, we could move back up, so that could put some added pressure on the equities. But if you are an aggressive trader, I would not be afraid to buy this one with a stop below the Kijun. Oil is looking very bullish. I would not be afraid to buy it over the 54 area, and with a stop below the Kijun. Looking at a few stocks, Netflix, really nothing there. We had a nice gap after earnings, but and that gap will act as support. So as it did on Thursday, or rather on Wednesday. At this point, with a flat Kijun and a flat Tenkan, this one is pretty much flat. It could come back down, test the span B again, but again, these are not. Ichimoku works best in trending markets, and this one is not trending, as you can see with the alternating Kumos. Apple is also starting to break below the Tenkan and the Kijun. Chicago will run into congestion area here. Again, I would not want to buy it at this point. It could move down to support here or take support on the Kumo. So nothing there. The risk reward ratio for shorting doesn't exist here either yet. IBM, notice how they try to come up and test the Kijun and Tenkan and fail. At this point, I would not be afraid to short this one below these lows for a move eventually down to test the 106 area. And somebody asked about Somebody asked on XLE. Really nothing there either. Nice strong bullish Kumo, which should help support these falling prices. But again, it could come all the way down, test this area, and we could still be bullish for the next bounce up. So do I want to buy it here? No. Do I want to short it here? It'll be very difficult because you're going to get some support here on these candles as well from the Chicago. So not until they break at least these candles. If the Chicago breaks below these candles, then there might be a chance to play the move down into the span B area. So also an announcement is I'm going to be having regular webinars, monthly webinar service, which will be on the weekends, probably Saturday or Sunday. The first one is complimentary, free on this coming Saturday. I'm going to send out the details. If any, I'm going to be doing Indian stocks as well as US stocks in the same webinar, since all the concepts are the same. People can definitely benefit from looking at the different stocks. So if anybody is interested, I'm going to try to keep the charge very nominal. So that should be helpful. That'll be it.